information. He was actually down to earth in such a way that he would be able, in case of anything, he will never take action first before getting a better solution of how we can handle the issue.
SSP Amisi Kayondo, the outgoing DPC, lauded the district security team in Nebi district for according him a good working environment and asked the new DPC to start where he stopped.
The happiness has no machine to measure it. If there was a machine, I was going to do it like this, like this, like this. Because I'm very pleased, I'm very happy for the love, for the care, advice, and everything. Support, moral support, financial support that I've been receiving while in this office here. Maybe, as we have been talking with the Afandara DC, is stress-free. We have worked in many districts in this country, but there are some districts where you can go, you fail even to get sleep because of the many challenges on ground. But the challenges which are here, they are manageable because the community is a good community.
Meanwhile, SSP Philbert Waibi, the new DPC Nebi, promised to work together with the people of Nebi district. Waibi added that he will build a teamwork among the police officers and leaders in Nebi district.
To the people of Nebi, I already got a briefing when at the office of the RDC that it's a peaceful area. I know this peace, it is not just, does not just exist. Peace is earned. Our forces have been in Somalia, they have been in Congo, Central African Republic. They will tell you, you don't just get peace on a plate. You work for it, and everybody has a contribution. So you don't say that me, I'm Wanaichi, I cannot contribute. That is work for people in uniform. No. It is for everybody. So all of us have a contribution to make towards the peace in Nebi.
Robert Abak, resident district commissioner Nebi, said they will never forget the bright smile and dedication of Amisi Kayondo during his time in the district. According to Abak, the outgoing DPC has left a lasting impact in their hearts.
The DPC you love so much is going on promotion. He has been elevated. Just thank God so that the Lord might continue giving him more blessings. And the one who has come without support. I know to you the policeman, one PC, that's a junior staff, approached him and said, sir, the one who is leaving would even play Ludo with the ass. We have never seen another DPC playing with the ass.
Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
More in our stories tonight. Bishop Emeritus John Baptist recognized His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for bringing peace among the people in northern Uganda through proper establishment of training among the security personnel, which include the UPDF. Bishop Emeritus John Baptist was among the key members of the Peace Talk delegates in Juba in the years between 2006 and 2008, peace deal that put an end to the war between the government of Uganda and the LRA rebels. Stephen Okello reports.
Right Honorable Anita Mong, the Speaker of the 11th Parliament, paid a visit to several places within the Acholi sub-region, of which some of the places she visited includes Gulu Archdiocese and Kekwara Acholi, where she interacted with Ruot David Onen Achana II, the Acholi Paramount Chief.
Invite the Honorable Speaker.
While at Gulu Archdiocese, Honorable Speaker Nita Mong shared some of her experience during the LRA war under the command of Joseph Coyne, where she appreciated Odama for his pastoral guidance to her during that trying time.
When Dr. Lokuya died of Ebola, Archbishop brought the family of Dr. Lokuya to stay with me in my house on top of the bank. And I thought that was a test for me. Someone has died of Ebola. And the family is being very. We really want to thank you, America, for the work you did in this video. You did a good job. That time when we were there, when we were here, there was time we were going to Nile to take money from the bank. Just Bobby here. We slept in there for 3 days. Because we were not cross going the other side, we don't also come back. But all in all, we want to thank God for the peace.
Bishop Emeritus John Baptist Odama thanks President Museveni for his tactical effort to ensure that LRA war come to an end in northern Uganda by driving away Joseph's coin.
And I want to appreciate also in front of you His Excellency the President for really taking also serious steps about peace in this area when it was. We worked together.
Odama recalled some of the key meetings they had with UPDF in the fight for peace during the 2 decades of war between the government of Uganda and the Lord Resistance Army in northern Uganda.
Even the army, I don't need to confess, but we were meeting from time to time with some of the top leaders.
However, Achule Paramount Chief, Lord David Onelachana II, asked government of Uganda to refocus its attention on the war victims, saying it is becoming a big burden not only to Achule cultural institution but to government at large in terms of security.
Glaring at the moment is the issue of war victims. The war victims in terms of returnees, in terms of abductees, in terms of people who lost properties during the war. We have quite a number of women who are out there. They were taken to the bush, they came back with children, and they have been abandoned. At times, some of them don't have children where to live because families do not afford or do not want to associate with them.
Right Honorable Anita Mong pledged to engage government to come out with programs that will put cultural and religious leaders in the region at the forefront to ensure there is peaceful coexistence between the war victims and their communities.
It's going to be a process, and we rely on you, the cultural institution, to see how we educate these people on how we can change our lifestyle, our livelihood. And we want to sympathize with you with what you're going through as an institution, a cultural institution, but just trust in us.
According to Anita Mong, our visit in various districts in the region will help her to get some of the partner issues in the region for a better parliamentary resolutions that will bring positive change in the region. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, Nilecast.
Moving on to Moyo District, a bomb blast has injured 4 people in Oyajo village in Moyo District in an incident which occurred on the 29th of August 2024, leaving the general public in panic and fear. Take a look.
The unfortunate incident happened at around 8 a.m. while the 4 injured persons were mining sand and discovered the object, which they tampered with, hence causing the explosion. Superintendent of Police Dragud Ignatius, the Police Public Relations Officer for Northwest Nile Region, offers more details on the incident.
Investigating a case of explosion which occurred in the Oyajo village, area parish, and in the Moyo sub-county, where some 4 boys went to harvest sand near by the roadside in area village. After digging the sands, they discovered a long and an abandoned bomb which was dug down in the soil. And when they carried these bombs outside, from them being a civilian, they don't know whether this is a bomb and they have no capacity of identifying this is either which kind of object, but they were tampering with. Unfortunately, this bomb has blasted.
He said the blast has left 4 people injured, among which one of them is a juvenile, while the 3 are male adults, all residents of the same village, with one who sustained severe injury compared to the other 3.
4 of them got serious injury, but among the 4, the one on critical condition is called Mr. Apina Joseph. He's 18 years old, and the 3 who are remaining is identified as Chachiga Emmanuel, 19 years old, Drani Henry, 14 years, a juvenile, and Matedra Sevilla, 20 years old. The 4 boys are all in the area village, and we suspect those bombs were being abandoned by those during 80s, during the fight between the Botesi soldiers or Armenis regime during that scuffle.
Dragdo advised the public to be vigilant and conscious of unfamiliar objects and requests them to report and inform the authorities once they come across such objects, instead of wanting to destroy the objects by themselves.
But my humble advice to the general public is that when they're doing while doing their day-to-day operation, and if they got such kind of object, they should not rush to tamper with it. Something likely which look like a bomb or funny things, you have to report to the nearest authority.
By the time of filing this story, the security operatives within the district visited the scene of crime to investigate, as they continue to follow up on the issues to do with the investigations, as the 4 affected persons are being attended to by the health workers in Moyo General Hospital. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
Moving on to Gulu City, while addressing members of the parliament during the first regional parliamentary sitting at Kahunda Ground in Gulu City, the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Kaguta Museveni, implored the Parliament of Uganda to refocus its budget allocation on programs that will strengthen household incomes at the family level. Stephen Okello reports more.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni told leaders in northern Uganda to seek first the income of the family, and the rest shall be added onto them.
Whatever you do, if you want the people to develop, start with the homestead incomes. Start with the homestead incomes. Because we are now talking of roads, what. There are where roads are good. The road from Gulu to Kampala is definitely good. It's not, but the problem of the bridge is a recent one. It has just come now.
According to Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, there are some places whose need for infrastructural developments are wanting, but the President implores Member of Parliament to sensitize locals to prioritize intensive agricultural practices before looking for roads.
I provide a tour, zone by zone, and I give you this booklet, where I talk of the 4 sectors and the 7 ways for wealth creation and job creation. I heard the speaker, I want the speaker, don't please bring a new confusion by saying that the 4 acres model does not apply here. It does. I don't agree with that line. In this booklet, I made it clear that the 4 acres model was a rescue operation.
Some of the leaders from the region welcomed the message and vowed to spread the message, saying it will help to fight poverty from the region.
Matthias is trying to emphasize that we should use the demonstration of the 4-acre model. It is critical that we should be cognizant of the fact that there are areas with very small land, about 3 acres, 4 acres per household. But for the case of Acholi sub-region, where the average land holding capacity is about 10 acres and more, the President has been very clear that we should instead even appreciate the 4-acre model strategy better by increasing to make sure that this arrangement covers all the acreages of land that we have.
However, Joyce Muriku Kadusu, a woman member of parliament for Moyo district, says changing the mindset of the locals from traditional ways of farming to productive and scientific agricultural practices have always been the challenge.
Method of doing things, the modern. The problem has been mindset. Our mind has got fixed in specific way of cultivation, maybe looking after chicken, maybe we don't think of value addition, we don't think of something that can bring much more income. We don't calculate.
According to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, 4 acres model was a rescue operation in fighting poverty. But to his dismay, leaders from the region have failed to popularize the message. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, Nilecast.
Suspect already in the box. That's Oracle Benson Pastor in the studios of West Nile Television to give you what has already transpired and what continues to transpire as far as sports is concerned. I can confirm to you weekend is back. Whenever we are heading to weekend, there are so many things people will expect as far as sports is concerned. Not only in the world of football, but I can confirm to you in so many sporting disciplines. And also the biggest thing which I need to give you as a highlight is all about the summer transfer window starting down tonight. Is your club prepared in terms of signing of the players? Is actually what everyone is waiting to see tonight. Before we talk about the transfers and also the game set to be played tomorrow, general over the weekend across Europe and also in the famous league in Europe, that's English Premier League. Let's first take a look at what is happening locally before we jet abroad. It's all about Ugandan professional boxer called Farouk Daku, who continues to support Arua City Boxing Club by extending hand. I am talking about him donating sporting equipment for Arua City Boxing Club. Let's first take a look at the equipment being donated by Farouk Daku and also what the stakeholders have said about it. Ugandan professional boxer Farouk Daku, who is based in Netherlands under Maliamungu Promotion Uganda, continues to extend support at Arua City Boxing Club by donating boxing equipment at the boxing club, the only recognized boxing club in West Nile region. Few months ago, Farouk Daku also donated several boxing gadgets at the Arua City Boxing Club, which has improved the boxing activities at the club. Hence, boxers registered brilliant performances at the national level. Toko Badru, Komol Nunez Tioke, media officer at the Arua City Boxing Club, highlights the public with the list of equipment donated. More so, different stakeholders have expressed their gratitude after this brilliant move.
Just want to confirm transfer or handover of the following items. We handed over 2 trophies, and the trophies went to the exceptional boxers. One is Razak Ali, another is Ike Arafat. 6 pairs of track shoots, 5 are red in color with some white strips, 1 is black. 7 boxing shorts of different colors, gum seals, about 9 of them. Boxing training gloves, about 3 pairs, those are 6 pieces. 3 pairs of boots, boxing boots. Skipping rope, we had 1. Bandage, 1. Stomach guide, 1. Boxing bag, 1. Next would be the progress of the boxers, but I would delighted now that with these equipments, the boxers will probably be able to represent us bigger and better, because aspects of branding is very key. I want to thank you very much, and that's where probably I'll be ending.
I want to thank Daku for all the equipments he has really given us. I remember we never had anything that belonged to Arua City Boxing Club like the equipments. Coach Aluma at first offered 2 pairs of gloves in that gym, and we were over 50 boxers using 2 pairs of gloves. It might take me to put on that gloves again for like after a week. But right now in the gym we have gloves that all the boxers, almost half of the boxers will put on gloves at once doing pad work, and we have several pads.
So as a city council, we are committing ourselves to incorporate boxing as part of the fraternity of sports. We talk about football, athletics, so we are including sports as one of the disciplines we are going to target. And we shall do this by facilitating the boxers, allocating money for all the activities. So we have asked for their work plan, and also we asked for a meeting with them later when the president comes back. We shall have an engagement with the boxers, especially the leadership, to see that we put together, harmonize the activities vis-a-vis the budget of the city, to see that we carry the activities and support them.
We are planning also send some guys to go and play outside to Farouk there. That's what we are fighting for. And I really thank for Farouk to support us.
Arua City Boxing Club is registered with Uganda Boxing Federation and continues to participate in all the national boxing events, and the club continues to register success in nurturing professional boxers. Oraku Benson Pastore, Western Television, Alka Sports. Away from that boxing story, let's continue. And straight away we jet to Europe and we talk about some of the trending stories before I give you the games to be played over the weekend in English Premier League and also some of the games set to be played tonight. Let's first take a look at what is happening in the world of transfer. I did say tonight is when summer transfer window, more special for top European leagues, will be shutting down. And the question remains, has your club prepared in terms of signing players? Chelsea, they have been very active in the ongoing summer transfer window, signing over 8 players. At least they have also added some names into this. Manchester City, they have also added some players, and one player they have added who is performing right now brilliantly is Savino. What about Manchester United? Manchester United, they have also added players, but the fans think they still need more players into their system. What about the Anfield-based club? That's Liverpool. Liverpool, they have not been all that very active in the ongoing summer transfer window. At least yesterday, they were able to acquire the services of Federico Chiesa, a winger from the team of Bianconeri, that's Juventus. What about Real Madrid? At least they have added Kylian Mbappe. Bayern Munich also, they have been very, very active. The list is very lengthy, and the team of, not the team rather, English Premier League clubs, they have so far spent over 1.7 billion pounds. I mean 1.7 billion pounds. And that is still less by 600 million pounds, comparing it with the amount of money they spent last summer as far as acquiring players are concerned. I want to repeat it again, 1.7 billion pounds so far being spent by English Premier League clubs in the ongoing summer transfer window. Let's to see sat down come tonight, and this one cannot stop us from looking at some of the stories. I can confirm to you this might sound as a bad Arsenal fans. Aaron Ramsdale, as I speak right now, has completed a switch from the team of Arsenal to Southampton, and this one has happened at 25 million euros. And this is a player who joined Arsenal from the team of Blades. I'm talking about the team of Sheffield United. Because of the acquisition of Raya, the Spanish, no space for him now, trying his luck with the Saints. That's Southampton for you. Not on loan. And also another transfer which has been like that one of Paul Pogba leaving Juventus to the team of Manchester United is the transfer of Ivan Toney. Now, Ivan Toney, his saga moving to Saudi Professional League seems to be nearing after Brentford accepting 40 million euros from the team of Al, one of the teams playing in Saudi Professional League. And also away from that, continue acquiring players from English Premier League clubs, and one player they have already completed his signature is the player called Mupe. Mupe has been a former player for the team of Everton. Before moving to Everton, he was playing for Brighton and Hove Albion. Officially, is a player for League One side called Olympique de Marseille. Meanwhile, Leicester City, they are also not leaving themselves behind, because one has been one of the newly promoted sides into English Premier League. They want to avoid the relegation and probably finish in a better position, because some few seasons back, they also tested the salt of being the champions, and they have already acquired the services of a midfielder from a team in Belgium Jupiler League called Genk. The name of the player is El Canous for 21 million euros. Meanwhile, Wolves have completed the signing of Crystal Palace goalkeeper, that's Sam Johnston, for 10 million euros. Let's drop the stories about transfers there, and I highlight you with the fixtures to be played over the weekend in English Premier League. And match day 3 shall be opened by the game between Arsenal and the team of Brighton and Hove Albion. It will be an early kick-off game. 2:30 is Arsenal welcoming the side Brighton and Hove Albion at Emirates Stadium. And then after this round, we will be heading for international break. And also at 5 p.m. after the game between Arsenal and Brighton and Hove Albion, Ipswich Town, one of the newly promoted sides that is yet looking for a way to grab the first win, even a draw, will be staying at home as they take on Fulham. And also still at 5 p.m. Southampton will be visiting Brentford, and Everton will have to test the hostility of Bournemouth at Goodson Park. Meanwhile, for Aston Villa, they will have to work up from the home lesson they had into the hands of the Gunners as they travel away to Leicester City. And meanwhile, still at 5 p.m., Nottingham Forest will welcome the side called Wolves, and the day tomorrow shall be finalized by the late kick-off game between Manchester City as they will be visiting London Stadium to take on West Ham. What about Super Sunday, representing the biggest game in English Premier League history, as Manchester United will be taking on Liverpool, and this game will be at 6 p.m. on Sunday. And then before that, still 2 fixtures to be played. Chelsea will take on Crystal Palace, and this game will be at 3:30. 3:30 is when Chelsea will be taking on Crystal Palace. The same time, Spurs will be visiting St. James Park to take on Newcastle. I want to repeat it again. The game between Manchester United and Liverpool will be at 6 p.m. East African time. Summarizing it with some of the few games to be played tonight. In Championship, Luton is welcoming Queen's Park Rangers. In German Bundesliga, Union Berlin is welcoming St. Pauli, one of the newly promoted sides there. Meanwhile, Italian Serie A is having 2 games on the card tonight, with Venezia, also one of the newly promoted sides in the top flight of Italian football, welcoming Torino. Meanwhile, Atalanta will be taking a trip away to Inter Milan. And lastly, in Belgium Jupiler League, Genk, of course, will be welcoming the side called Vestalo. It has been me, Benson Pastore, in front of the camera lens. Let's link up again tomorrow for weekend edition of Das Nile Sports. I'm out of the studio. Enjoy your times.
That was Araco Benson Pastore giving us the sports news and the sports highlight under the Nile Sports edition. Only on